Missouri Democratic Congressman Emanuel Cleaver, who joins us right now. Congressman, good to have you.
Good to be with you.
What do you think of that, combining both measures, one bill? What do you think?
Well, you know, I never thought I would say this, but I've become an institutionalist. So I believe in the process, what we call in the House regular order. And that would mean that we would have one bill that would go through the committee process, and eventually, after being debated and marked up, it would come to the Rules Committee and to the floor. So I think that this might be somewhat of a problem. You know, I support an infrastructure bill, and I support it strongly. We have 615,000 bridges in the United States, and about 56% of them are red flag dangerous. So we need to do this, and I'm ready to support the president. I don't care about whatever else. I think this is something that we need. I do think that it is going to create more inflexible claptrap on the Hill if they're put together in terms of a transportation bill or infrastructure bill and tax reform.
Yeah, I should clarify, it was my fault if I wasn't clear, that this would be health care, presumably, in the tax thing. The infrastructure thing might be separate, but you never know. You're right, it could be all combined together. But on that infrastructure matter, one of the things that intrigued me, Congressman, was that the president would talk about $1 trillion over 10 years, but it wouldn't all be tax money. It might have $200 billion worth of Uncle Sam kicking in the dough, and the other would presumably be leveraged off of that. You know, obviously you have to figure out the details, but what do you think of that, and how you incentivize, you know, private enterprise to get involved and pick up a good deal of the slack?
Well, I think the private sector is interested in getting involved. I had a meeting yesterday with a very, very large insurance company, that Life and Casualty, and they are interested in participating. What we have to do, I think, is to reignite, introduce the Build America bonds. I think the federal government can participate, but we've got to make it easier for corporations to get involved. And frankly, as I said to the folk yesterday, insurance companies are in business to make money, so they've got to be able to make money. But I think the final design is important, and from what I understand, the president doesn't have a design yet. There is no concrete proposal. So, you know, everything has to be measured until we see something in bill form, because right now it's just an idea.
Yeah. By the way, you're the first prominent Democrat I've heard who said that businesses are in business to make money. That could be worthy of a Fox alert, Congressman. I'm joking. But let me ask you, sir, while I've got you, the mood on the Hill. I know it's sort of a nebulous topic, but given the James Comey testimony on Capitol Hill yesterday, I know on the Senate side and all, but is there a sense that this is escalating into something or going to be a distraction this summer, or even be like a Watergate summer like we had in '73? I mean, Republicans say no, there's nothing there. Even some Democrats said no, there's nothing there. But waiting for former FBI Director Mueller's report, presumably, you know, some months down the road, nothing gets done. Do you share that view?
Yes. Look, I'm in Kansas City, Missouri right now. This past week, we essentially voted on 2 real pieces of legislation that we are consumed by what's going on. The president, frankly, is going to have some credibility issues as he tries to push an agenda. And I know everybody's going to try to paint a rosy picture that it's going to be okay and this is not in any way interfering with what we're doing. That is absolutely not true.
Really?
It is interfering. There is a cloud over Capitol Hill.
A cloud over fellow Democrats as well, Congress, that they don't want to work on anything for fear that, why should they?
Well, I think in some cases, you know, it's like, until we get this clear, we're not interested in, this is members of the Senate, we're not interested in trying to give confirmation to people until we know exactly what's been going on in terms of Russian collusion and so forth.
Do you think yourself, Congressman, on that collusion story, if it does amount to that had it not been for the Russians, Hillary Clinton would be president?
No, absolutely not. Hillary Clinton would not have been president as a result of collusion. I don't know many Democrats. I don't know one right now who believes that. I think that's just...
She's been on a pretty busy public speaking schedule, as you probably are aware, where
I am.
She has more or less said that.
Well, I heard her say that she didn't lose the election as a result of bad decisions, but she does believe that the fake news that was put out by Russia did, in fact, have some influence on voters.
But some of your colleagues seem to think that it did tip the election. The only reason why I belabor the point, Congressman, is that it is an unending point with a lot of folks, many in your party,
yes,
and that it stymies getting anything done.
Yeah, look, I don't think it had anything to do with the laws. I'm sure there were some votes swayed by some of this fake Russian news and so forth. However, look, President Trump is the President of the United States. That's a fact. We can't erase it. We might be able to soil it, but that is a fact. So I'm ready to work on projects where there's some mutual interest. But at the same time, I do think that it is in the best interest of the government. In fact, I think that the integrity of the government right now depends on what Bob Mueller brings forth, or if he brings forth anything. I do think that's important. We cannot be a nation that allows a foreign force to interfere with our election process or to somehow infiltrate into our government. So all Americans ought to want some clarity from the special counsel. But as far as who should be the president and whether he is legitimate, it is Donald J. Trump. I don't agree with him on hardly any of his proposals. I certainly don't agree with the way in which he conducts himself in office, but he is my president as well.
Emanuel Cleaver, very good seeing you again. Have a wonderful weekend.
You as well. Thanks.